This smells like whey spent a semester on a cattle ranch, never showered, and came home with emotional damage.
Okay, this is a game changer. So this is my new go-to protein.
This is day 312, eating nothing but meat, eggs, and seafood.
The star of the show, beef protein. Never thought I would ever say that in my entire life, but here we are.
Beef protein isolate. It's primal. It's powerful. It's basically steak turned into dust and sold in a tub. But is it actually better than whey? Or is this just dehydrated cow with a marketing degree? Hey there friends, I'm Jake and this is Bottom Line, where we cut through the supplement noise with some actual science, a little humor, and some hard-earned industry experience. Been in the supplement industry on the brand side and on the manufacturing side for over a decade. I also do consulting, so if you're a brand looking for help with formulas, strategy, or just avoiding dumb mistakes, check out the link in the description. Now, let's dive into a big old vat of cow parts. Okay, you're scanning protein shelves, or virtual shelves, like a responsible adult, when suddenly, bam, a tub with aggressive carnivore fonts attacks your eyeballs. So what is beef protein isolate really? It's a powder made from actual beef muscle, basically dehydrated steak, broken down with enzymes, concentrated, filtered, then powdered. Naturally contains all essential amino acids. Not collagen, unless it literally says collagen. Always check before you yeehaw. So no, it's not steak in a blender. It's steak that's been through a breakup, a dehydration chamber, and a protein factory. Whey is like milk turned into powder. Beef isolate is cow, but divorced from water and joy. Quick science pit stop here though, because this matters more than your gym buddy wants you to think. Beef protein isolate can absolutely be a complete protein if it's coming from actual muscle meat sources. The kind we're talking about today? Yes, full essential amino acids capable of triggering muscle protein synthesis just like whey. But here's the plot twist. Some beef proteins are actually collagen-based, meaning more connective tissue, more glycine, less tryptophan, and not technically complete on their own. One builds biceps, one moisturizes joints. Know which cowboy you're bringing home. Let's break down how beef isolate is made. Planet Earth narration, but instead of David Attenborough watching gazelles, he's watching cows turn into protein powder. Step 1, start with lean beef. Trimmed, cooked, broken down into extract. Step 2, proteins are separated from fat and water. Step 3, enzymes break it into smaller peptides for absorption. Step 4, it gets concentrated into beef protein syrup. Yum. Step 5, spray dried into a fine powder. Step 6, flavored aggressively so it doesn't taste like wet brisket. It's basically steak that survived a dehydration ritual and came back as a powder with PTSD. Beef protein hit its stride when we all collectively decided that being ancestral, ancestral, meant drinking powdered cow. There were 3 main hype sources. Number 1, paleo and carnivore influencers. Number 2, dairy intolerant lifters. And number 3, people who think whey is too soft. Beef isolate's for the guy who avoids whey to feel clean, then dry scoops creatine like a toddler eating glitter. It's marketed like masculinity in powder form. Whey? That's cute. Let's compare, because for supplement nerds, amino charts are basically foreplay. So whey isolate is obviously milk-derived. Beef isolate, meat-derived. Beef protein, collagen forward. Plant protein from plants. Essential aminos, complete, missing tryptophan, varies. Best for muscle building, dairy-free muscle building, joint, skin, gut health, vegans and tolerators. Taste, milkshake or juice for clear whey, lean broth shake, soup powder, earth and sadness. TLDR, beef isolate can be a complete protein, but make sure it's the kind made from meat, not knees. Whey is Taylor Swift. Mainstream, reliable, boring. Beef isolate is Johnny Cash. Gritty, old school, probably wearing spurs and moderately buzzed. Plant protein is that art student selling crystals on Etsy. Good heart, questionable texture. This next part may hurt some carnivore feelings. If you're expecting beef isolate to taste like a milkshake, manage your expectations. The texture varies. It can be more lean and thin versus a creamy like whey. Chocolate beef protein can sometimes drift into beefy hot cocoa territory. Fruity beef flavors are a gamble only brave men take. It's like someone tried to make Kool-Aid out of steak. And honestly, I respect the confidence. All right, let's talk brands. Not collagen broth powders, not bone glitter, actual meat-derived beef protein isolates. The muscle building kind. Muscle Med's Carnivore, the OG beef isolate. The original carnivore protein has existed longer than most gym trends. Carnivore is the grandfather of beef isolate. The guy at the gym who's been benching since '98 and will definitely tell you about it. Transparent labs, grass-fed beef protein isolate. Clean label, grass-fed sourcing, fully third-party tested. Overall, solid brand. This one's for the gym dude who tracks sleep cycles, magnesium levels, and his shadow work journal. He calls it fuel, and actually means it. Equip Prime Protein, aka steak in a tub. Whole food sourced beef isolate using actual beef, not collagen. Short ingredient list, no gums, the paleo golden child. Equip is the brand that meal preps, owns a smoker, and casually mentions they bow hunt. Protein you could serve at a barbecue and nobody would blink. If whey isolate is Starbucks, beef isolate is the coffee your grandpa brews on a camping stove with only a knife and sheer willpower. Okay, who is beef protein isolate actually for? This stuff is a great match for people who can't do whey, or whey does things to them.
Oh my lord.
Folks who want a complete dairy-free protein. Paleo, carnivore, and whole food preference lifters. Joint health or collagen conscious, but still want muscle building protein. And anyone who wants protein that feels like it could bench press them back. If whey makes your stomach sound like a 2001 Honda Civic, beef isolate might be your peace treaty. Maybe not ideal for people expecting creamy whey texture or milkshake vibes, taste-sensitive humans, some flavors still feel like beef and trauma, vegans, this is literally cow dust, and anyone who loves fruity clear whey flavors. You're rolling the dice here. It's protein for people who want dairy-free gains, not for people who need their shake to taste like birthday cake. If you want creamy vanilla bliss, stick to whey. If you want to feel like your protein is wearing cowboy boots, beef isolate is home. So, bottom line, if your goal is maximum muscle growth, recovery, and performance, whey protein is still the undisputed champion. Decades of research, strong leucine content, rapid absorption. It's the gold standard for a reason. But beef protein isolate holds its own. If you're dairy sensitive, struggle with whey bloat, or follow a paleo or carnivore diet, meat-derived beef isolate is a legit alternative with a complete amino acid profile, good digestibility, and low lactose by default. It absolutely works for building muscle. Just make sure the label says beef isolate, not collagen, disguised as a cowboy with influencer energy. Final verdict? Worth it if you want dairy-free, complete protein with great absorption and less gut drama. Less worth it if you want creamy milkshake flavors or TikTok dessert vibes. Beef isolate is fuel, not a treat. This is gains with boots on. In short, steak? Always yes. Steak in powdered form? Depends how much you hate your taste buds or love your macros. Drop your worst beef isolate flavor horror stories in the comments. Extra points if it tasted like guilt and A1 sauce. Or tell me if beef isolate actually saved your gut. I want to hear the good stories too. And if you've ever considered putting a cow in a blender and calling it nutrition science, hit that like button for me. And if you're still watching, know that I love you. Seriously. Thank you for giving your attention to some random guy on the internet chasing his dreams. From the bottom of my heart, thank you. Thanks for checking out Bottom Line. I'll see you next time.